The Federal Ministry of Finance has confirmed release of 375.8 million naira to the first batch of 20 providers of information under the whistleblower policy. The payments related to the recovery of 11 billion naira that are no longer subject to litigation. The payments are taxable. And here with us in the studio is a social commentator, Daniel Akinlami, to talk more on this. Thank you for your time on TVC News now. Your opinion now, first off, you think this whistleblower policy has been effective enough and people are reaping the benefits so far?
Well, I think the result is there. And with this payment disbursed, it shows that the policy is gaining ground. And we can also add flesh to it now, that we can see transactions happening. This is progress. Then I think in the days ahead, they may also need to work on the proper legislation, that this can transcend this government. This is just an administrative policy as it is right now. But if there's a legislation, this can transcend from one government to another, and Nigerians can now get used to coming out to help government to recover looted funds.
All right, there is a clause that until all the proceeds from what your information has led to, whatever is due you cannot be given to you. Is this
I think that's perfectly in order. Yes, it's perfectly in order. And according to the Office of the Attorney General, they have to make sure the said money is without any litigation. That every issue has been cleared. And it's true. Look at some money that EFCC recovered or they froze some people's account for. The court granted EFCC forfeiture. They went to appeal. Like, look at the patient Jonathan's case and maybe some other ones. So you cannot actually touch that money until the issues are exhausted to the highest court that have jurisdiction over it. So I think it's the right thing, because these are issues within a constitutional framework. Government cannot just take money. Okay, it's one thing for government to recover this money. It's another thing for this money to become legitimate, or let me say legit, for government to spend.
Yeah, but shouldn't the government, sorry, just a moment, shouldn't the government be happy to at least, understand that, yes, you have shown me that, oh, they have stolen money here, it is hidden here. Shouldn't the government be happy enough with that? Do you have to wait until everything is recovered before you give me what?
I think I need to sound the note of warning. Government cannot jump gun, or else they will run into another crisis. Okay, there are some of these issues around this recovery that is only the court that can make final pronouncements. As I said earlier, it's one thing for EFCC to recover this money. There are some that are even straightforward cases. The owners refuse to show up. Those are straightforward cases. But there are some that people are contending with. That, okay, you find this money with my housemaid, or you find this money with my driver. It's actually my money. I want to prove it at court. You cannot just confiscate it. You can't just take the money away from me. So those cases, they have to be patient for the procedure to be completed. And what we are talking about, this recent payment, these are cases that started late last year. This policy came to effect around October, December, or thereabout. So the speed is okay.
All right, let me just come in here and quickly ask you. Earlier you said that there should be proper legislation so that Nigerians could be emboldened to come out and help the federal government recover money. And so, but then they are being compensated with financial gains. So can we say they are doing this for the love of the country or for the love of their pockets?
Well, I think this is where we need to emphasize that the drive should be about the passion. The love to help the country, not necessarily about these 5% there to collect back. And for those who still want to, try to help government, you need to be very careful too. You are aware there's a man that came out with information which proving to be wrong and is taken to court. So you've got to be very sure of the information you are bringing out. Yes, the 5% may be enticing, but you've got to be very sure.
Give accurate information.
Yes.
We have current news, Justin. Hold your thoughts there. You'll continue in a moment. We just need to tell you that there is breaking news and that acting President Yemi Osinbajo has gone to Borno State alongside the service chiefs of the country over the recent attacks in Borno State. Stay with us on TVC News. We'll bring you updates in our subsequent bulletins. Thank you for holding on. You can continue with your thoughts there.
All right, Dan, let me bring this again, that the 5% or 2.5% is taxable.
Yes.
Why should that be?
If you look at the administrative framework with the government spending, it has to do, if you're even a contractor or whatever service or anything you have to do with government, there are things that are taxable. Okay, so this is a policy drafted under the Federal Ministry of Finance. So, and this is an income.
But this is
not,
well, Nigeria is not the
it's
only
an income for them.
This policy is just coming in here at the moment.
Yes,
do we have the situation in other countries to have whistleblower in the policies, where what you give to a whistleblower is taxed?
Well, it's income and it will. First of all,
as it is now, the policy is not yet permanent. So I believe they will look, they're still even adding more to make it robust. But as far as the tax aspect is concerned, this is an income and it's taxable. All
right, quickly, because of time, we have to wrap up in a few minutes. Quickly now, from your suggestion that it should be proper legislation, what would you want the government to add to the whistleblower policy to beef it up and make it an effective law in the country?
Well, I think it's a good idea so far. It's been implemented by this government. You can see the synergy between EFCC, the Ministry of Finance, and the Office of the Attorney General. And I even learned there is an office under the Ministry of Finance that is solely for this whistleblower policy thing, and they're doing thorough job. They process the information even before they pass it to EFCC. So I think where we should progress to now, there should be a bill to the National Assembly that will make this to become a law that will be binding on every government that comes.
Right. All right, social commentator Daniel Akinlami, we thank you very much indeed for coming to share your thoughts with us. All right, then.